Sits by my window, hits my chest right in the morning.
Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a super exciting one. My name is Shiv, if we haven't met before, and if you're coming back then welcome. In today's video I am going to be reviewing and first impressioning the Ultimate Vault collection from Jaclyn Hill and Morphe. I am so excited to try this out. It's gorgeous and it's going to look amazing on my dressing table. The look I created today, I use the Armed and Gorgeous palette, which is this one right here. I'm holding it upside down just so I'm not blinding you with the mirror, but it's the one that kind of has the greens and browns and golds. It's really gorgeous. The main colours I used were Classified, Coin, Secure, Reading Upside Down, Smooth Criminal, Prowl and Access. And I also used VIP on my cheekbones as a highlight, as well as my brow bone. I'm super impressed. I'm going to be using the other palettes definitely at a later point, so look out for that in the future weeks. Make sure you are subscribed and hit the notification bell to be alerted when I upload a new video, because I will be filming with the other palettes as well. So if you would like to see this makeup look being created using the Armed and Gorgeous palette and find out my thoughts on the collection, then please carry on watching. So to start off with, if you didn't know, the original Vault collection that Jaclyn Hill came out with, I feel like was about a month or so ago, was discontinued like almost a day after release because the formula was a little bit patchy and people who were trying it out in their PR packages were finding the eyeshadows to like stick to dry patches and not work, not be as pigmented as they looked and that kind of thing, and it was all a bit of a palaver, and I didn't get around to buying it the first time. I literally set a reminder, but for some reason I didn't buy it. I think I was going to save my money till the next week or something like that, so I didn't end up buying it the first time it came out. And then Jaclyn Hill and Morphe decided to stop it, refund everyone and re-release it again with a new and improved formula. So this is what I have tried out today, and I wore this makeup look to work yesterday as well. But yeah, I am really impressed with this palette. I think palettes even, because you get all in this collection. You can order them separately I think, but I definitely wanted to order all four. I mean, that is so cool, and the fact that they come in like a little case, it looks really nice on your dressing table. So with the palettes, I'm sure you already would have seen it, but if you haven't, you get 4 palettes in the Vault collection, and the first palette is this one right here, which is called Ring the Alarm. I mean, I don't know what order they're in, they're probably in the wrong order now, but these are the palettes right here. So this is Ring the Alarm. It's obviously being held upside down so don't blind you, but it's got some gorgeous, really warm, purpley kind of colours in it with golds. This to me is like green eyes heaven. If you have green eyes, this palette is just gonna make them pop. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I think this will look really gorgeous on brown eyes as well. Green and brown are my favourite eye colours. But yes, I love this one. I cannot wait to try that out. Then the next one you get is called Bling Sauce, which is more like the purpley themed palette right here, which is gorgeous. And this colour right here, like, I'm not going to swatch it for you. You need to check out my blog post down below to see the swatches, but it is stunning. And this one right here, which is called Berry Treasure, which is a black, but as you can see when I'm moving the palette back and forth, has purpley pink reflex in it. And when I swatch this, the reflex actually stay in the swatch, which is really rare, and I find that it always falls out. And it reminds me of a MAC eyeshadow that I used to have years ago and that I was obsessed with when I first started getting into makeup and investing in MAC and that kind of thing, and it was called a Beauty Marked. If you know that eyeshadow, let me know down below, because that was one of my favourite shadows ever. This is absolutely gorgeous. I love this shade right here, which is called Pizzazz. I just think the names are so cute, and definitely will be filming that one next. Hint, because I love that one. The next one is Dark Magic, which is probably going to be my least used palette of them all, just because I don't really like cool tones on my eyes. I feel like they completely wash them out, but it is absolutely stunning, and it's more like greens and silver, blue, that kind of theme. This colour here, however, this green called Trickery, is gorgeous, and I know that Jaclyn did upload a video doing a tutorial with this palette, and the main colour she used was Trickery, and it does look absolutely beautiful. I think this will look really nice in a Christmas kind of themed makeup look, so I might use this around Christmas time, you never know. But yeah, you get some really nice rich colours in there. I think the colour Power Cut is a really gorgeous silver. If you're into kind of cool tones, this palette is definitely for you. This palette will be my least used one, but I still think it is absolutely beautiful, and the shadows in them are so creamy. Like when you swatch them, girl, they are creamy. And then the last palette is the one that I have on my eyes right now, which is one of my faves, and this is Armed and gorgeous. The main shades I've got on are Coin and Classified. As I said in the intro of the video, I've got Coin here and then Classified here with a mixture of the oranges and the browns. I haven't tried the green out, but that's the only colour that I haven't used, but I definitely will get around to that at some point, so definitely keep an eye out for that on my channel. So yeah, the 4 palettes for me personally, I find them incredible, and I think she's done an amazing job, and so has Morphe. I know there's a bit of a controversy when it comes to Jaclyn Hill and Morphe because she's obviously always talking about them, but I completely get it because she's always loved Morphe eyeshadows, so when you kind of build up a business enterprise with them, I can get why she talks about them so much. But I've seen her on Twitter saying that she's going to try and do videos without Morphe products in, bless her, so I think that's really sweet. But yeah, this is a Morphe themed video, so that's obviously what I am doing for you. So yeah, I definitely am giving this palette a big thumbs up. So if you'd like to see how I got to this makeup look, then please carry on watching and we'll go straight into the tutorial. Right, ready to film. So the palette that I'll be testing out mainly to start off with is this one right here, which is the Armed and Gorgeous palette, and it looks like this. As the title would suggest, Armed and Gorgeous has kind of got a lot of greeny earthy tones. I really like this palette and I wore this yesterday. I didn't have time to film, but I was just dying to try this out, so I'm going to do the exact same look that I did yesterday. I haven't taken a picture of it or anything like that, just to kind of show you what I came up with, and I'm going to talk through the colours and let you know how I think they perform on the eyes, how they blend, how they last, the feeling, that kind of thing. I'm also going to do a full blog post on all of the palettes, so check the link out for that down below, and I'll also be doing tutorials using the other palettes like as the weeks go on, so definitely look out on my channel for that. And I've got so many different colours now to play with, so it's super exciting. So the first colour I'll be going in with is this one right here, which is called Access. It's like a mustardy yellow colour, and I'll be applying this in the transition area of my eye just above the crease. And then the brush that I'll be using to apply this with is the Fancy Co blending brush, which is super soft and fluffy. So I'm just going to take some of this shadow and then tap off the excess, and I'm going to start by applying this into the upper crease of my eye. I think it's really nice to use like a yellow shade in an eye makeup look. I think it makes it look so pretty. And the first thing I noticed about these shadows when I swatched them all and took blog photos of them is they are so buttery. I can't even explain it. I obviously didn't try the original Jaclyn Hill Vault. This is the like remastered, kind of upgraded, redone kind of formula, so the patchiness and everything hopefully would have gone away. But I've definitely found like when applying them that they're so easy to blend and I'm not having a problem with them at all. Oh, my voice went weird. At all. So yeah, I'm just applying this back and forth all up in that upper crease area. I'm just going to keep applying more and more until it is quite intense. I do want this to be quite a dramatic look. Dramatic, kind of earthy, armed and gorgeous glam. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? This is definitely more of like a first impression because there's 4 palettes. It's going to be quite difficult for me to give an overall thought on it for like a while, but first impression, I am loving it, just to kind of spoil the video. Right, this is so easy to blend and it looks so nice on the eye. I'm not having any like patchiness or anything like that. Okay, next on the makeup agenda. Next I'm going to go in with this kind of like orangey, terracotta-y brown kind of colour. I don't know how to describe it. It's called Secure. So I'm going to be taking that on another fluffy brush to further deepen the crease. And the brush that I'll be using to apply this is the Zoeva 228 Luxe Crease Blending Brush. So I'm just going into the shadow, tapping off the excess, and then I'll be applying this further into the crease just to kind of add some dimension there, so it's not just one flat transition shade. I think that's definitely the biggest thing I've learned throughout my years of like doing makeup, is I would definitely recommend applying multiple kind of shades, because that's how you get a really nice seamless blend rather than just one colour and trying to like blend one colour out. Do you know what I mean? I know what I mean. That's all that matters. Anyway, I'm just going to blend that all into the crease of the eye, not being too neat or anything, just focusing it right in that kind of socket area. If you just push it back, you'll know where it is. I'm also going to take a little bit of that and apply it under the lower lash line, just to give a smoky look and start building it up. Then I'm just going to go back into Access and just go under the lower lash line as well, just to smoke it out even more. Right, now to deepen it up. What was that? Okay, so the next shade is going to be... I can't remember what I used. What did I use? Okay, I use Smooth Criminal. So I'm going to take this colour right here, which is called Smooth Criminal, which is a gorgeous, warm, chocolatey brown shade. This is like a darker chocolatey brown. It's like more of like a milk chocolate, but it is absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to take that right here, and the brush I'm going to use for this is the Sigma E25 blending brush, which has a hair on it. There we go. So I'm just going to go into the shadow, tap off the excess, and then what I'm going to do is just flick my hair back because it's annoying me. What I'm going to do is just going to start smoking this on the outer corner of the eye, just building it up slowly. So just taking like the tip of the brush right here and just kind of tapping really lightly, working back and forth just in that outer kind of V section. And then once you've got a little bit of a blend and you focus the main part of the colour on the brush on the outer corner, just start bringing it towards the like inner section of the crease, but I'm really not bringing it up high. I could have my brush like this, but I'm going to have my brush like this so it's nice and flat and it fits into the socket of the eye. Picking up a little bit more. I find this shade you do have to kind of pack it on a little bit, but yeah, I'm not like, it's not putting me off the shadow or anything. You just have to kind of build it up a little bit. This is the only shadow like out of this palette that I've tried that you kind of do have to work a little bit with, but it's not a problem at all. And if anything, I think it's actually a good thing, so you don't go in like really heavy handed and then you're not able to blend it out. Next I'm going to go back in with that Secure shade, the like kind of warm orangey browny kind of colour. I'm just going to go ahead and go right on top of that chocolatey brown shade just to further blend it out. Then I'm going to go in with a tiny little bit more of that Access shade just right above it to add in that yellow where it may have kind of like disappeared a little bit. Now I want to really darken things up, so I'm going to go in with this really gorgeous dark chocolatey brown shade right here, which is called Prowl, on the same Sigma E25 tapered blending brush. And I'm just going to really work that into the outer corner of the eye, really not bringing it in too far at all. This one is really, really pigmented. Definitely, like you can see, like I've tapped off my brush so much and look how much is going onto the eye. Then once again I'm just going to go back in with that Secure shade just over the top of the brown to blend it out and even more. Then I'm going to get to work more on the lower lash line, so I'm going to take a mixture of Prowl and Smooth Criminal, tap off the excess. I'm being really weird today. Then I'm going to apply this on my lower lash line, just in little wiggling motions to really smoke it out. Then I'm going back in with that Secure shade and just blending this under my lower lash line to further blend it out, to make it nice and smoky. Now for the base for the lid shade, I wanted to put something down to have the shadows to stick to. Not so much to test the shadows because the foils, like, they swatch amazing, but I just wanted something for them really to like stick to and just be really intense. So I'm going to take the MAC Pro Longwear paint pot, and this is in the shade Constructivist. So I'm just going to take this on a flat synthetic brush. Anyone will do. This is just to get on the colour. And then I'm just going to apply this to the lid. I'm not doing like a cut crease or anything. I'm just going to apply it in a really small area, just across the lid. So now I'm going to go on to the lid shade. So I'm first going to take my Primark Primer Water just to dampen my brush. This will really intensify those foils. This to me is still a fair test of these shadows. It's just the way I like to apply them anyway, so I'm not going to change it for it, if that makes sense. But I'm just going to give it a shake and spray this brush. This is just a Nude by Nature flat shader brush, but any flat shader brush will do. Bit little shake so it's not like dripping wet. And then the first shadow I'm going to go in with is this stunning gold shade right here, which is called Coin. Just look how gorgeous and reflective that is. You don't really need to dampen your brush, but I'm going to anyway because I'm feeling super extra today. So I'm just taking some on my brush and just going to tap off the excess once because I want this to be really intense. And then I'm going to focus this on the inner section of my eyes. So just packing that on, just look like one touch. Oh, it's amazing. Just working this on top of that base on the inner section. This isn't going to be like a defined look, so it doesn't matter if the shimmer goes up a little bit. That's not kind of like the vibe I was going for. I don't want it to be really defined. I just want it to be pretty and smoky. Packing that on the inner corner, get it as intense as I can, but I really don't need to try that much. I mean, look, that is the most gorgeous gold shade. It almost like has like a green kind of undertone to me. I don't know if it's me being a bit colorblind, but I think it's gorgeous. Now for the other section of my eye, I'm going to apply a different gold from the palette. I'm going to spray my brush with a little bit of the primer water first, and then I'm going to go in with this beautiful, I would describe it as like a grass gold bronze kind of colour. This is called Classified. This is beautiful, so I'm going to take this one right here. Just taking it on the other side of the brush. This one is like really foiled, so I'm just kind of like shaking my brush to pick up more of the like shadow. So just expect quite a lot of fallout with this one in particular, just because it is quite chunky, but when applied to the eye with a wet brush, it's absolutely gorgeous. You can even apply it with your finger if you can't be bothered to like spray your brush with setting spray and all that. I just like to apply my shadows with brushes. That's just the way I like to. I don't like having messy fingers when I do my makeup. But that's just me. I'm kind of overlapping that Coin shade a little bit just to blend it in. It's gorgeous, look at it. Ooh, pretty. Now to kind of blend it out a little bit, I'm just going to go back in with a tiny touch of Prowl and Smooth Criminal on my skinny blending brush. Tap off the excess and then just really lightly blur out these edges. Like my brush is barely touching my skin. So moving away from the shadows for now, I'm going to apply a quick wing. This is the Sigma Wicked Gel Liner, and I'm going to apply it using the Anastasia Beverly Hills 15 liner brush. So I'm just going to take some of this liner right here, load up my brush and wipe off the excess on the side of the lid. I love the way gel liner looks. I just don't do it very often because I just can't be bothered because it takes so long. For me anyway, it takes so long. I'd rather just use a liquid, but I want to apply a gel today, so that's what I'm gonna do. Going to apply my wing. Just first of all applying this liner as close to the lashes as physically possible. I am really struggling with that brush. I'm going to switch eyeliner brushes because I'm struggling with that one. I'm going to take the Sigma E11 eyeliner brush. It's super tiny, you can barely see it. I'm going to go back in with the liner. This is what I used to do it yesterday. That's what I'm going to use, and just hope that we can get somewhere with that because I'm just struggling with that skinny angled brush for some reason. I'm not very good at gel liner, so bear with me. Wing on. I'm going to go do the other eye's wing and I shall be right back. Okay, so the wing is on. What you didn't see off camera was I moved my brush like that way and then I clumsily did a line like here on my eye of gel liner. I had to get rid of it and then blend eyeshadow over the top of it, so it looks a little bit weird here. That's why, because your girl is the clumsiest girl ever. The other day I spilled milkshake all over the floor of Nick's bedroom. I am so clumsy, it's ridiculous. And now moving on, I'm taking the Sigma Wicked Longwear Gel Eyeliner Pencil for my waterline. I just prefer using an eyeliner pencil for this. So I'm just going to pop this in my waterline to make it look nice and smoky. Now I'm going to curl my lashes. These are just the Primark eyelash curlers. I need to get some more ones, or just replace the little sponge thing because I started to like grip my lashes, but there we go. So I'm just going to curl my lashes. And then for mascara, I'm taking the Sigma Sinuosity Lash Mascara. I love this mascara, it's so good. So I'm just going to apply this to my eyelashes, starting from the root and then wiggling up. For lashes, I'm going to be applying these lashes right here, which are the Eldora M111 lashes. I'm going to be applying these and I'll be right back. So now my lashes are on, I'm just going to go ahead and do my face makeup. I'm going to leave it out of this video. It's nothing different to anything that I usually do, just contour, blush, highlight, that kind of thing. And then I'll be back to do the lips because there is a lip product that I want to show you as well. So I'll be right back with a full face of makeup. I am back with my full face of makeup, looking somewhat more presentable than before. So now I'm going to highlight my brow bone and inner corner, and to do that I'm going to daringly take this shade right here, which is called VIP, which is like a shimmery pearl frosty kind of colour. I think it's really pretty, so I'm going to highlight my brow bone with that and also apply it on my inner corner. Possibly a cheek highlight, I don't know, it might look a little bit too light on me, but we'll see how it goes. So I'm just going to take a little bit of that on my Eva 234 Luxe Smoky Shader Brush. So I'm just popping that onto my brow bone really lightly, just like a dot, and then kind of like bring it around a little bit just on the arch of my brow. Then I'm also going to apply it on my other brow. I'm just going to take this little brush from Anastasia and apply that on the inner corner of my eye. Ooh, that is pretty. Yes. That hasn't been wetted. This brush hasn't been dampened at all either. Like, look how intense that pigment is. Feeling it. I'm just going to go ahead and take the brush that had a really dark milk chocolate kind of colour and just go under my lower lash line again, just because we lost a little bit when we applied our concealer. I don't know what I recorded and what I didn't, but I just smoked out my lower lash line with this milk chocolatey kind of shade. Then I took the shade VIP, applied it to my brow bone and my inner corner. Now I'm just going to take the brush that had Secure on it and just use that to kind of blend out the highlight a little bit, just so it's not so harsh. Just going to wet my brush a teeny bit. This is the Eva 134 Luxe Powder Fusion brush. I'm going to be using this to apply my highlight, and I am going to apply a little bit of that eye shade. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it, you know. Makeup, it washes off at the end of the day. Let's just hope this looks good. So I'm just going to apply a little bit of that to the top. Ooh, yes. Okay, that works. That looks nice. I am feeling that, and then a little bit above the brow, tip of the nose, above my lip. That looks so pretty. Just going to apply some mascara to my lower lashes, just to finish off this eye look. Then I'm going to take my Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel just to set these brows into place. To line my lips, I'll be taking MAC Strip Down Lip Liner. I just feel like a new lip will complement this the best. So I'm going to go ahead and outline my lips. I am going to overline them slightly as well because I want a big pouty glam look. And then for lipstick, which is something I'm super excited about, this is the Genevieve collab with MAC. It is actually the perfect nude, and I wore this yesterday. I am so impressed. It is a satin finish, and at the back it says at Jamie Genevieve. You can't see it, but I will be doing a vlog post on this, so definitely check that out. But I'm just obsessed, and I can't wait to wear this and show it off, and I hope that she sees me wearing it. I doubt that she will, but I hope that she does. And if you are watching or are see this, if you do see this in some point, Jamie Genevieve, I love you. I am a big fan of her. Okay, so let's get applying this to my lips. I just love it. I think it's such a nice nude. And this is the finished makeup look using the Armed and Gorgeous palette from the Jaclyn Hill Vault collection. What do you think? Do you like it? I feel super glam, and I can't wait to take loads of pics for the gram. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, so my thoughts on this palette are, I love it, and I cannot wait to try the other three. The other three in the collection are Dark Magic, Bling Boss, and Ring the Alarm. Bling Boss is very much exciting me. It's the more purpley pink one, which we know I do love a purple. But yeah, I absolutely love this makeup look, and just look at the intensity of that gold shade. Can I show you behind my lashes? I just think it's absolutely stunning. It lasted all day on my eyes, and I think it's amazing. I never got round to trying the original Vault collection, so I am very pleased that I tried the newer one. So I can't like compare the two, but I have seen it like on camera. It did look quite patchy. So this one for me just like blended amazingly, and she's done such an amazing job, and I think she is the best girl boss ever. She is so sick, and I love it. And also Jamie Genevieve's lipstick, I mean, I'm obsessed with her. I watch all of her videos, and me and Nick watch her weekly vlogs like on a religious basis. We are just obsessed. So yeah, this is the finished makeup look. I feel super glam, and I want to go out and like show it off, but really it is currently 2:30 on a Wednesday. I've got a day off today, and I'm just doing loads of filming, and then I'm taking this off in a bit, filming another video. It's just a big day of filming, really. Yeah, if you did enjoy this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to check out my blog post on the Vault collection in the description box below, or www.shivsblog.com. If you did enjoy this video, please subscribe. Click the subscribe button if you haven't already, and a notification bell. It will alert you when I upload a new video, which is usually every Thursday and Sunday at 6 p.m. I think that's all the info I can give you, but I'm feeling super happy and inspired today. And yeah, I shall see you next time. Thanks so much for watching. Bye! This palette will be my incredible, and I think it is so... Hi guys, and welcome back. So the first... Yeah, so I'm going to take the MAC Pro Longwear paint pot, and then I'm going to focus